And the moment
Shout
Biden came
out
to
to Robert
office, his first
Kiyosaki.
act was to cut that pipeline. Under Trump, I was selling oil at $30 a barrel. The day that Biden came to office and cut the pipeline, oil went from 30 to 130. Inflation went through the roof. And what that means is, mom and pop,
Wow.
Mrs. Soccer Mom standing at a pump, she can't afford to put gas in her SUV.
Yo, guys, right now, this is Robert Kiyosaki, and he's explaining to us right now why it's so important to invest in Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is going up. He says since a market crash, there's something big going on with the economy. So, guys, I want you guys to listen to Robert Kiyosaki, man, so we can understand more about Bitcoin. Join Bankroll University down below. 50% off on your course careers down below as well. Hit the affiliate link. Thank you. Let's keep going.
Is when your currency is worth nothing.
Yeah.
I don't have cash. If we can print it, I don't want it. So I have investing in Wagyu cattle
Okay.
because you can't print a Wagyu calf.
Yeah.
And I make my money, talk about cash flow. I buy the breeding bulls. That's going to crash because the boomers are going to go down.
Right.
If you understand the boomers, anyway, they're about to go.
Yeah.
In '74, ERISA put them all into paper assets.
Right.
Stocks, bonds, mutual funds,
Wow.
ETFs.
Yeah.
I won't even touch a silver or gold ETF. I don't buy Bitcoin ETF. I want the real thing. But that's me, because I'm old enough to have seen the booms and busts. I never lived in Zimbabwe, but I was in Zimbabwe for about two months, and it's horrifying. So I'll say it again, the US dollar has a life cycle, it's a currency life cycle. So when you study macroeconomics, study the life cycle of a currency.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching the BRICS. That's why '74 was also the petrodollar.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's all on resources. So the VRIC, the reason I'm here, this is resources. This is the Vancouver, British Columbia is Silicon Valley for resources. And resources, as you know, because you've been at it for most of your life, I'm sure, resources will always be here. But tech stock will not be here. And the thing, the S&P 500 is hanging on the Magnificent Seven, Google, Apple, and all that. And if I was a boomer right now, and I'm going to start to liquidate, and if the S&P collapses, because our bond markets are collapsing.
Yeah.
If I was your age and have parents, your parents are going, if they have a 401k, RRSP, IRA. And I wrote another book, Who Stole My Pension with Ted Siddell. Our pensions are empty. Wall Street.
And like what he's saying is that, guys, you got to diversify your portfolio, and Bitcoin is actually going up. In America, we heavily rely on the S&P 500. If you're a well-invested guy, most of us pretty much rely on the S&P 500 because they have the big seven in there. But if the S&P 500 collapses, then you have nothing. And he's saying if you're an older person, then you really need to start investing in Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? We need to figure out what that is, right? So Bitcoin basically is like it's like a cryptocurrency. So let's check this out. How Bitcoin works. And this is from Investopia.com. You guys can check this out as well. But how Bitcoin works. Bitcoin is more than a cryptocurrency used for payments as an investment. There's an entire ecosystem behind a cryptocurrency. In fact, many such ecosystems are at work on the internet today. But because Bitcoin was the first, it's useful to understand how it functions. So how does Bitcoin function, or how does it work? Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that it operates without a financial system or government authorities. It utilizes peer-to-peer transactions on a digital network that records all the cryptocurrency transactions. This network is powered by a blockchain and open source code that chain transaction histories to prevent manipulation. Because these transfers are confirmed directly between users and are located on a public ledger, Bitcoin eliminates the need for central facilitators like governments and banks to verify currency transactions. Well, that's a lot to take in, but it's simple. You can go to investopia.com and really check this out, guys. But basically, Bitcoin it's a new currency that is, let me say, it's basically not governed by the government. But at the same time, they do have rules and regulations behind it, and you can invest in it. A lot of people, if they would invest in Bitcoin early on, they would have been millionaires. So, with that being said, what Robert Kiyosaki is saying right now is that it's going up. And guys, sometimes you don't want to miss the train, because missing the train sometimes, or not getting in when it's good, it costs you long term. If I would have gotten Tesla early, then I could have made some good money. I'm talking about like probably $1 million easily. So that's what I'm trying to get you to understand, that the idea of starting early, especially when guys are giving you warning signs. But let's go back to what Robert's saying.
And our governments have looted us. America is a criminal operation run by the head of a criminal organization called Biden. What these guys are doing is criminal. It's criminal.
Biden.
The first thing that Biden did when he came to office, he cut the Keystone XL pipeline. I sell oil. I have hard assets. I'm an oil guy. I went to school for oil. And the moment Biden
Shout
came
out
to
to Robert
office, his first
Kiyosaki.
act was to cut that pipeline. Under Trump, I was selling oil at $30 a barrel. The day that Biden came to office and cut the pipeline, oil went from 30 to 130. Inflation went through the roof. And what that means is, mom and pop,
Wow.
Mrs. Soccer Mom standing at a pump, she can't afford to put gas in her SUV, and she's got 3 kids to feed, and prices at the supermarkets are going up because oil affects everything. Civilization runs on energy.
Yes.
So that's why
Yeah.
uranium's going up and all this stuff, and oil. But the uneducated or unsophisticated public is in serious trouble right now. So I feel for the people who may lose their homes. The homeless among boomers is going to go up
That's true. That's
just
true.
because they have nothing. American boomers are the luckiest generation in world history. They have nothing because our schools teach us nothing about money. Like our colleges, last year about this time, I did a talk at Arizona State University, which is the largest university in America.
Yeah.
And
39
what he's saying is completely true. Our education system, they teach us a lot about how to be just a worker, but we want to teach you how to actually be a thinker and how to make 6 figures, 7 figures, and be a part of these clubs and these different groups that actually go above and beyond. So join Bankroll University down below. We'll teach you how to get there, guys. But like I'm saying, he's saying our public school system has failed us, guys. So you got to know that the government is behind that. So we need to educate ourselves on these different currencies. And maybe Bitcoin isn't for you, but that doesn't mean that it won't be for you in the future. You got to realize that. So if you realize that it's actually an opportunity to figure out and to get ahead, you'll realize this. And I might have a referral link below, but if not, you guys can come to Coinbase, because that's where I have my Bitcoin, coinbase.com, and you can make an account for free. And this is how Bitcoin was discovered. Yeah, it's the world's first widely adopted cryptocurrency. With Bitcoin, people can securely and directly send each other digital money on the internet. Dude, Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, a pseudonymous name or team, who outlined the technology in 2008 white paper. In a 2008 white paper, it is a appealing, simple concept. Bitcoin is a digital money that allows for secure peer-to-peer transactions on the internet. Unlike services like Venmo or PayPal, which rely on traditional financial systems for permission to transfer money on existing debt and credit accounts, Bitcoin is decentralized. Any two people anywhere in the world can send Bitcoin to each other without involvement of a bank, government, or institution. That is actually pretty lit. So, like I said, man, Robert Kiyosaki is right. He's telling you guys, man, you guys need to understand and get a part of these different type of currencies, because what you've been taught is going to ultimately fail you guys. So like I said, like, come subscribe, join Bankroll University down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.